Sets the balance, doesn't it?
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Petty Officer Ali Ward, and I'll be commentating on the free field gun races we're having this afternoon. So firstly, we welcome our competitors from HMS Collingwood, and then the home team, training ship Cardiff. As you can see, they're just laying out the equipment. The gun is here, and the limber is down towards the far end. They take the wheels off, and they're all out ready. The field gun competition is held every year at HMS Collingwood, and it was introduced in 1907 to commemorate the actions of the naval brigades in South Africa during the Boer War, in particular the siege of Ladysmith, which was besieged for 119 days. During this conflict, naval guns were landed from HMS ships Powerful and Terrible at Durban, and then manhandled across rough terrain, some 150 miles, to engage the Boers and so to relieve the besieged garrison. The gun and the limber together weighs over 1/3 of a ton, and each individual wheel weighs 70 pounds. At this point, we're just going to do a slow demonstration run so you can see what happens. And in the second round, we'll be doing it at full speed with a timed competition. The competition is run over 170 yards. And the gun and limber are now laid out, and the crews are getting ready for the go. My mistake, there is no pretend run. We've gone straight into the gun race. Come on, teams! Cadet course of young people aged 10 to 17. And this is part of our training cup program at TS Cardiff. We start with fitness in January, going on to training with the field gun in March. So now we've come to the end of the first leg. The gun has been placed as if it was going to fire, and then the cadets running to and from the gun are simulating ammunition being delivered to the gun. The time stops when the first runner hits the gun on the first base, but we do actually have 3 runs. The trainers then check that all their teams are fit and ready to do the run home. The run home is very exciting, it's done at fast full speed. Halfway back they stop and both teams lift the gun as a whole and change over the wheels.
That was when it started running.
Field gun competition is described as the toughest team competition in the world. It requires every member of the team to work as a team, and if one member of the team is missing, it certainly slows them down. So we're getting ready for the flash
bang in a minute.
and the bang, and that
bang.
is the signal for the team to start again.
2, 3, there we go.
So they're carrying a limber back to the gun, hooking it all back on, putting the wheels back on, and starting with the run home. They're now lifting the gun as a whole, changing over the wheels. With the wheels back on, the gun cannot move until all the pins are in. First team home wins the first round. So I don't think we need to look at the timing at this point to say the field gun crew from Cardiff for the winners. However, as they go along, they do get penalties if the gun is moved or the pins aren't in at particular points. So we'll have to see whether any team received any penalties. So that was the end of the first run. We do have another 2 runs this afternoon, and both teams are competing for 3 cups. The timekeepers now will be reporting to the Chief Judge, Lieutenant Commander Meadows, and then the teams will then fall out and march off. Very tense time this while we look to see if there's any penalties and to see who had the best time for the first round. The gun crews have been falling out. So well done both teams. Let's hope for the second round that perhaps Collingwood have a win over Cardiff, and then that would make the third race extremely exciting. So well done both crews, and thank you ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you on the field later on. So the limber crew run to the limber, assemble it, and the gun crew run to the gun and get ready for the first movement. As you can see, they're taking the wheels off the gun and running towards the limber, and then swapping over the limber and the wheel guns. These guns are 70 pounds, these wheels are 70 pounds each, and they're really heavy. If you want to come and have a try later, you're more than welcome to see how heavy the gun and the wheels are. So they're running to the first action, they're unlimbering, and they're preparing for the first action. The gun is taken to the far end of the field, the cadet runs, touches the gun, and that is the end of the first time in. There are penalties, so if you don't put the gun and the limber down in exactly the same places, as you can see marked out on the cones, 2 seconds are added to each time. So the 2 trainers are checking that their crews are ready and able to continue. They'll then tell the battery chief, and he will strike the thunder flash for the run home. And again, one of the members of the team will count down so that the team are aware of when it will go off. So the limber is taken back to the gun, hooked up, and then run down halfway down to the course, where the whole gun is lifted off the floor. The gun and the limber together weigh 1/3 of a ton. And I remind you that these young people are between 10 and 17 years old. Wheels have been changed, and I don't know if you've noticed, The drag ropes have been pulled out and the teams are running home. Pin came out of Cardiff, so there will be a penalty on their time.
What did they do wrong then?
The two timing judge will then report to the chief judge, and then they're going to bring me the timing so we can see who was faster, Collingwood or Cardiff. Very difficult to tell on this run because Cardiff actually went with a pin, not its wheel, or it fell out, so there will be a penalty added.